We'll be finding out right now, actually, because we're getting into this thing right here. The pre-ban's going to be locked in very shortly. And here we go, guys. This is round number 1 between PANDALIK and LADRILLO.
Starting off, PANDALIK already banned Veronica because LADRILLO really likes picking that Veronica along with a speed lead as his first pick.
Yeah, no surprise seeing a Ragdoll in the pre-ban for sure. That first pick from PANDALIK is going to be Ciara, locking in that 24 speed lead. And, you know, we call it a unit that doesn't really have a weakness because bombs really don't care here. So Ciara's a great first pick. LADRILLO looking to respond with his own 24 speed lead in the form of Water, Twin Angels, and Saga.
Yeah, LADRILLO really favoring that Ciara first pick. So PANDALIK took the Ciara from LADRILLO, leaving LADRILLO with Ramil Jediah and Cigar. Really great first picks as well.
Yeah, for sure. PANDALIK bringing in the Gianna and Hey Gang. He doesn't want his opponent to have that Hey Gang, taking it himself.
Yeah, Gianna Hey Gang, really strong duel. I'm not really sure about picking Gianna and Hey Gang together, but Hey Gang is a strong unit, Gianna is a strong unit, and they both present a lot of volatility. So it's a great pick overall.
Sure.
LADRILLO seems a little bit confused about what he's going to pick right now. Slamming down the Ashore is a pretty great idea. Sets the cleanses and also puts himself in a bruiser gameplay.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I think these are great damage dealers LADRILLO's bringing to his team here. So he's got 2 great supports, something to set his draft up here. 2 things that PANDALIK is going to have to respond to. So curious to see what's going to happen after seeing Ashore and Miles.
Yeah, interesting to see PANDALIK taking a more aggressive route against LADRILLO, contesting LADRILLO's speed, trying to see who goes first and how good are his runes. The Asima, very interesting last pick. Also does a lot of damage, good AoE.
That is really interesting to see in Asima there. I kind of wasn't expecting something like that from PANDALIK, but to see the Ethna, I feel like I'm not too surprised to see that, but there is only 1 speed lead being showcased by PANDALIK right now.
PANDALIK picking that Asima seems pretty decent, following up after the 2 AoE strips after PANDALIK. LADRILLO with a great force ban, picking the Sonya last pick because Sonya could take out Ethna or Gianna or Ciara. So great last pick.
And I think you're right. It was definitely a force ban here. Sonya's going to catch that ban. Ciara's going to catch the ban as well. So there's there is a speed lead on one side, and it's on the side of LADRILLO right now. So let's see what's going to happen, guys. We're kicking things off with our first match with PANDALIK versus LADRILLO. And here we go with Miles taking first turn.
Wow, that's a violent Ethna again, and look at that speed on the Miles.
And people going with these violent Ethnas, it's such an interesting decision to be making here. Now we've got the Water Twin Angels going to be moving right here. There's going to be potentially that 3rd skill. It probably doesn't want to proc out this Hey Gang for his passive to happen right now, but maybe Cigar might be using that 3rd skill, and he is going to be using it onto the Ethna, making sure, onto the Asima, making sure Asima is not going to have any skills going off here.
Yeah, but there's a skill coming down from Gianna soon, and you're going to see PANDALIK take the driver's seat and get full control of the team. And now Ethna moving, gets to cycle through turns with the skill 2 to skill 3, killing off the unit.
Ooh, let's see if he gets that kill. He does get that kill on the Water Twin Angel, so it's going to be going down here. We got defense breaks across the entire field, and a Miles holding a bomb right now, so it is not looking good at all for LADRILLO, but he does get a very convenient violent proc here.
Yeah, it's all up to Ashore for the armor break now. And also, Ashore cannot proc after violent break now because it procced after that was stun. Having a proc and landing the skill 2 would have been huge.
Yeah, it really would have been, but he's going to go ahead and finish off the Asima and gets another additional turn with Miles. Miles can shut down a unit with a beautiful skill 2. This is buffed, so it's often stunning quite a lot. And there's that stun landing on top of the Gianna with a big skill 2 coming from Ethna.
Yeah, I really like to see how PANDALIK get out of the back-to-back procs from LADRILLO. Both units are very volatile when proc.
For sure. Glancing is applied on that Firebaik, so it's not going to do too much damage. There's a little bit of poke damage coming at that Gianna, but of course Miles really doesn't care about that. Big damage coming back into that Gianna. Gianna's staying alive here, but Cigar is looking to provoke up some units to stop them from doing things.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no buffs for the Miles to gain more speed, but right now it looks like LADRILLO has a lot of threats on his side.
Definitely has a lot of threat here. Gianna does have a bomb that can land on this field. Let's see if it is going to be landing. Does land on top of that Gianna. That's enough of damage there to drop the Cigar. Cigar is going to be dropping here. We do have a skill too. He's going to go for that stun. Does land that stun onto the Gianna. So we can remove Gianna from the field, but he might opt going after the Ethna instead.
Unfortunately, PANDALIK didn't get a proc on the Gianna for the AoE stun. Now he's looking like he's playing on his back foot.
Yeah,
Ethna
definitely is.
being able to move one more time before it's dead.
Oh, that's that opportunity right here. Are we going to go for the defense break sitting on the Fire Bear? And he does! He lands that stun as well. He will lose his Gianna here unless he opts to go for that Ethna, and he is going to go for the Gianna. There is no additional turns coming out of that Miles. We have to drop that Ethna if LADRILLO wants to stay in this match.
Great choice on killing that Gianna first, because if he went for the Ethna, for the kill on Ethna, Gianna has stun ready for the third skill ready for the Miles.
Oh, that was very fortunate there, so he was able to drop that Ethna, but now it is just Miles versus Hagang. Another additional turn. Gets a big stun right there. I think Miles is going to have enough to finish it off. LADRILLO gets a round 1 victory over PANDALIK.
Huge damage from the Miles. Now, PANDALIK is going to be, it's going to be a little bit tougher for PANDALIK because LADRILLO is going to be able to play with Veronica.
Definitely, that is going to be an issue that he is going to have to address as we get into round number 2 here, because those pre-bans from last time, Ragdoll and this Veronica, they are available, and new pre-bans are getting locked in right now.
Both of them own a Gianna, so I'm not sure if LADRILLO is going to pre-ban the Gianna, but LADRILLO could just pre-ban the Gianna and, well, no Gianna is pre-banned.
No Gianna is going to get pre-banned here. We get a Hagang and a Han pre-ban as we get into round number 2 with LADRILLO and PANDALIK. Let's see what this first pick from LADRILLO is going to be. Is he going to take Prio and take that Gianna away from PANDALIK?
Yeah, so he didn't pre-ban the Gianna, and he's going to take the Gianna away from PANDALIK. Great picks from LADRILLO overall. And now PANDALIK's looking to steal his Sierra.
Yep, takes that Ciara, goes with the Zabala as well. This is a good combination. I see a lot of players playing a lot of Ciara Zabala. Probably wants to bring some strips down the road for his draft, but we have a Gianna getting paired up. Oh my lord. We got a Gianna getting paired up with an Oliver, and we're going to see that Light Ivor come into the picture here.
Yeah, Light Ivor, great pick to contest speed that Zabala is presenting. Also a 33 lead in Oliver.
Yep, well, the 33 lead is going to come out onto the field here for PANDALIK as well in the form of Vanessa. Going to be bringing a Veladrill as well. So now the only strip that PANDALIK has at the moment is just a skill 1 from the Veladrill and a skill 2 from that Vanessa.
PANDALIK not giving up the speed lead. Still keep pushing with the speed. I really like how he's contesting speed. And now he has a Ragdoll in the back pocket to pick as well. Also a Sonya or Ethna.
Yep, that Veronica is going to get laid down here with a Masha as well, so we do have some damage. We have a lot of control, a lot of attack bar manipulation coming out of LADRILLO. We do have immunity on one side with PANDALIK in this Veladrill that he has. Let's see what this last pick is going to be, because I do feel like there's a little bit of control that he has to address to on the side of LADRILLO.
Ooh, LADRILLO got a really nasty team. Both Gianna and Veronica representing that AoE strip, AoE control. PANDALIK presenting the Juno last pick. Juno's a really good last pick, but also says that he might just ban out the Masha.
See if that's what happens there, because I know often when you see a Juno, Masha is a pretty good response to help get rid of that unit like Juno. And you know what? Juno and Masha, they're going to be canceling each other out there. Those are the bans. We've got 33 speed leads coming out for both players here. Who's going to be taking that first turn?
Even if Berghill doesn't take the first turn, Berghill will be taking the second turn, so... Oh, Berghill take the first turn.
Dang, Berghill is going to be the faster unit here, guys. Lands that stun on top of that Zabala, and it's still gaining attack bar already. Veronica, skills ready here. We could be strips and resetting everything. And we're not going to get a strip on that Veladrill. That's very important.
Yeah, but too much follow-ups after Veronica. Also interesting to note that Veronica is built on Swift, like most Veronicas.
Lands that reset, finally resets the Veladrill, not have to worry about the violent proc out of that to cleanse the entire team. Bomb sitting on top of that CR, looking for some more attack bar reduction, more resets, because a lot of that happening here with LADRILLO-OS' team. And especially think about this Oliver, like when you're not able to get any immunity on the field, Oliver kind of is going to be reigning supreme throughout this entire match.
Yes, Oliver is going to be reigning supreme because he's kind of like an insurance policy that if opponent procs, they're not going to be able to use their skills. So you get PANDALIK is really playing on his back foot because he can't proc out of the skill anymore.
Yeah, none of the procs are going to be impactful whatsoever because everything is going to be on cooldown here. So there really isn't too much that PANDALIK can do. I don't even see how like a violent proc is even going to matter too much. So we'll see what happens because we got a little bit of poke damage coming after Gianna. It seems to be the unit of focus right now for PANDALIK, but there's just so much that he has to worry about right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like that Sierra proc out of the stun, but has the insurance policy going on, so it's no problem because it got resetted by Oliver already. And the next turn, Gianna will be able to lay down another bomb, and that's another insurance policy on top of Oliver's reset.
And it is so crazy looking how this team is working right now. I mean, Zabala is a little bit of the sustain with skill 1, and you have sustain with Bellageo's second skill. It's just we're probably not going to see it happen here. It gets stunned up once again. It's probably still reset from all of these units, just kind of bouncing around, making sure that LADRILLO has control on every single unit here. So definitely on the back foot indeed for PANDALIK. There's just not too much more he can do.
Yes, the Belladrill is still reset. Still needs 2 turns to get the third skill back up for immunity. And Eivor is just cutting in between, setting armor breaks, pushing attack bar back, and stunning the whole team as well.
Yeah, what an incredible unit. What an incredible team here for LADRILLO. But this is just like the power of LD Nat 5s, just having these units at your disposal. You're able to be just so oppressive. Your opponent's just not able to do anything at all. I mean, we're resisting some stuns, but it's not going to matter too much. The revive is still going to be down. The revive's going to keep getting reset anyways, and there's nothing more that PANDALIK can do but take a round 2 victory, round 2 loss to LADRILLO.
Well said, Stoic. Also to note that Berghild outsped PANDALIK's Zabala, so now PANDALIK's it's going to be hard for PANDALIK to contest for speed from here on out. PANDALIK might be considering a ban on the Berghild actually if he wants to keep continuing pushing for speed.
That's right. You really have to start utilize. If you are going to contest speed here, you really have to utilize those crazy base speed units. Maybe a possible Triton down the road for PANDALIK if that's something that he does have prepared to really try to take advantage of his opponent here. But that's so tough when both players had a 33 in that moment. But let's get into round number 3 here. We've got those pre-bans locked in right now. Gianna and Veronica in the pre-ban.
Gianna and Veronica both really strong in the first turn. LADRILLO reading that PANDALIK might just first pick a Gianna, pre-banning that Gianna, such a great idea. Now slamming down the Ramel Jediah and Cigar. PANDALIK taking LADRILLO's Sierra, knowing that LADRILLO really dependent on Sierra.
Yeah, for sure. So that CR is going to be the first pick there for PANDALIK. LADRILLO was very quick to respond with these Water Twin Angels. So many people finding so much success drafting these units with that Cigar as well. Cigar's been taking a lot of high priority as a first pick for many, many players throughout the Americas region. We've got a Han and Nikki coming out for LADRILLO.
LADRILLO's looking up to finish up his draft with maybe another damage dealer at the end because right now he's having a hard time going around playing against that Hey Gang. PANDALIK still contesting speed with the Wind Robo and also a 30-degree lead in Oliver.
That is pretty perfect here now that we're seeing this Wind Robo and we're seeing this Oliver coming out here for PANDALIK. So PANDALIK really trying to take advantage of the opponent. I know we have a 24 speed lead, and I know we have that Han leader skill giving speed to all of his DAC units here. I'm curious what this last pick is going to be. Is there a Wunsa in the box of LADRILLO?
There is a Wunsa, but it's not so great into Hey Gang unless you're banning Hey Gang. Also, hey, you never know. That Robo might be built on Nemesis. It's a big gamble. There are stuff more consistent, like a Sonya.
Yeah, you are right. You know, there are people out there drafting some Nemesis Robos for sure, but that Sonya's going to get slammed down as the last pick for LADRILLO. And again, I think you're right where Sonya's just, that's a very scary unit to have to deal with.
It's going to be an interesting ban. The Wind Robo counters a lot of the LD units that LADRILLO has, so Wind Robo should be banned.
You nailed that one. Wind Robo is going to get the ban here. Sonya's going to get the ban here. We have a 24 speed lead for LADRILLO, but we have a 33 speed lead for PANDALIK, but I'm not too sure we're going to be seeing PANDALIK be taking that first turn. But let's find out, guys. We got round number 3 here. LADRILLO at match point with Twin Angels going to be taking first turn.
Twin Angel will be boosting up the Cigar, and Cigar is going to be resetting a unit from the very beginning. Probably looking to reset the Hey Gang, so the Hey Gang can't do AoE stun, AoE glancing.
I think the Hay Gang resisted the reset there. I could be wrong, but I think we might be putting a lot of prio and staying on top of this Hay Gang, but that's not what's going to happen. He's going to change targets and go after the Ciara instead.
I'm very surprised he didn't go for the armor break on Hay Gang.
Yeah,
Like, he
I
was
thought
gonna
that's
get cut
exactly
by
what's going to
both.
happen.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Ciara dropping that
Come on.
bomb, going for the Annabelle so the Annabelle can proc and heal.
Yep, exactly that. Bomb's going to be laying on top of this Annabelle. We got a third skill coming out from this Han. Let's see if it's going to be enough here to drop that Ciara. Not just yet. He can finish off that Ciara, though, with a second skill from this Han. Let's see if he chooses to do that. I don't know if first skill will be enough, so he is going to have to invest that second skill to dropping the Ciara here. So PANDALIK is going to be a down unit. This is one of his units that was providing lots of damage and, you know, control to really kind of put LADRILLO on the back foot. That's not going to happen right now. We still have that bomb sitting on top of Nikki. But, I mean, he could still throw up some shield so the bomb doesn't do as much damage. Let's see what LADRILLO is going to be doing here.
Yeah, you have to know the faster the Ciara dies, the more damage the Ciara is going to deal. So this bomb is going to deal a lot of damage.
For sure. Let's see what happens here with this Nikki. Obviously, we can get an additional turn. He does get the additional turn here, but it wasn't going to be from asleep, though. Hagen kind of needs to cross his fingers for some despair stuns. Look at attack bar pushback to kind of get some advantage over LADRILLO right now.
Yeah, luckily PANDALIK has the insurance policy, as in Oliver resetting the Nikki, so he's safe from Nikki's shenanigans and craziness. Heal to attack block to heal block.
Yeah, for sure. So that's where Oliver's going to come in big handy right now. Now he can go after the cigar. He's got a lot of attack bar there to push back. Does land that. Can go second skill right into Nikki as well. He wants to stop these units from taking turns here. And he does go into Nikki, but he doesn't get the attack bar pushback. Nikki can, of course, do some crazy occult girl things there. And that's not what happens. So a little bit of poke damage probably coming at the Oliver. LADRILLO doesn't want to have to deal with this wind sky surfer.
Yeah, right now we have the Ramel Jedi resetting a skill on probably the Bison, and having the Bison's cooldown pushed back by 1 turn.
So looking for a provoke on top of the Oliver. Doesn't get that provoke on Oliver there.
But Oliver has no skills up, so it's okay.
Well, let's see what we have a glance on top of Han. There's going to be not too much damage, but it is going to be enough damage, and we get a 3-0 from LADRILLO against PANDALIK.